Yeah, I don't know what to think, man. Are we still in America? Man, the Taliban takeover. Is it that? Well, I said it
Connection
already.
to the app is lost.
I,
Please
I,
launch the app on your phone.
I said freedom ain't free. I already said it. So anyway, Taliban takeover. In terms of the lack of integrity from Joe Biden, the United States of America's current president, and its administration, General Milley, General McKenzie, and Secretary of Defense Austin have some accounting to do for. The president keeps pushing on all these other issues except for the main issue at hand. Excuse me, I gotta start over. Taliban takeover, the lack of integrity from Joe Biden, the United States of America's current president, and its administration. General Milley, General McKenzie, and Secretary of Defense Austin have some accounting to do for. The president keeps pushing on all these issues except for the main issue at hand: the safety of the American people, safety of our borders. United States government, U.S. military just arrested Lieutenant Colonel for criticizing his leadership. Um, Basically, he was incarcerated for airing his opinion. He's in the brig until his hearing. Um, he voiced his opinion on his iPhone criticizing leadership, and he resigned. Um, Basically, voiding his retirement, even. Um, I don't know. Uh, it's just, it's already in hell. I mean, he said, he criticized his leadership and said to his leadership, did any of you put your rank on the table and say it's a bad idea to evacuate Bergam Air Force Base before evacuating all the Americans? I demand accountability. And seems he was incarcerated and a gag order um, put on him for, you know, for the comments he made. I mean, I thought it was the Constitution and the freedom of speech, but um, the news says this is a brain trust, meaning the U.S. government, that just drone strike and killed 10 innocent people, including 7 children, that allowed our perimeter to be guarded by the enemy, the Taliban, which resulted in one attack recently that killed 13 and wounded 20. This is the same brain trust that left Afghanistan $85 billion worth of hardware in a country where hostile barbarians, terrorists, um, you know, are basically chopping people up. Last weekend, Iranians were buying our Black Hawks left in Kabul by the U.S. The Taliban said that they're going back to killing people and amputating limbs. They cut off a farmer's nose, ears, and whooped reporters for, reporting on women's rights. They killed men, women, and children. And this is all because the U.S. government decided let's bail. You know, they bailed out, pulled out of Afghanistan, and allowed the Taliban to take over. So, it's basically okay for Milley to talk about, the Trump administration and all this, that, and the other, and, you know, recommend all this support for basically having troops there. And then, you know, now we see you in action, what you're really about, pulling out, you know, giving the Air Force base to the Taliban, leaving everybody behind and pulling out the military first. And then put the lieutenant colonel under a gag order, arrest him, and put him in the brig for asking the same thing as an American with all of the Americans of America, you know what I'm saying? Um, Asking right now for accountability, basically. In fact, that's what, you know, um, that all of the American people want, accountability for the mistakes that the United States of America made, you know what I mean? And I'm asking for accountability and decisive action for those mistakes made immediately, and that we, take action, immediate action, you know, because we passed the danger zone, we're in danger right now. Punish and prosecute those for the terror and unjust acts on our nation, the enemy, the Taliban, to protect our country, not punish and prosecute the American citizens and the service personnel, soldiers within our own, way of life in our own country of America, you know, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, freedom of speech and opinion, you know what I mean? So basically, I mean, it's like I said before, I'm expendable, we just like cattle to be herded, basically, you know. I don't know where we going. I don't know where it's headed, but I'm like, where are we there yet? Because this ain't America.